Got a question. We've had some issues with a front lot sewage and this back property sewage.
6129 Route 88.
Yes. There's I guess, concern about issuing an occupancy permit or something. Are you familiar with the issues with that or not?
I am.
As long as you're familiar, it's been a Peters Creek sanitary subject.
Yes, we know not to issue an occupancy.
Okay.
All right, so you're aware of that then?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyone have any questions for Harold? You're good? Banks and engineer report, TJ.
Sure, thank you, Michelle. I submitted our office's engineer's report on Monday of this week. I believe a copy's in the board packets there. I'll skip over item number 1 since it's on the agenda for discussion later on tonight. And I'll start with Veterans Park. To bring the board up to speed, I received an email dated Wednesday, March 6, 2024 from the contractor, Plavchek. I believe I forwarded this to you all as well for your reference, but Plavchek states that he's completed the remaining punch list work with the exception of the fine grading that's required on the infield. And his reason for that being that the recent weather made it impossible to get machinery out on the field to do the fine grading. So there was a question that Mr. Plavchek raised regarding the pitching mound. Evidently, a shop drawing was reviewed and approved for the pitching mound, and there's now a price discrepancy between what was previously approved and what we requested in our February 15th letter to Mr. Plavchek. So has the board had a chance to look at that email yet? Are you familiar with the price differences and the two different mounds?
Yeah.
And it's in favor of the contractor, the difference.
Yeah, the cheaper mound is the one that was approved previously. The more expensive mound is the one that we're requesting now. So, is there any direction as to which way I should advise him to submit a shop drawing?
So the township had specifications
Drawings?
for some type of pitcher's mound.
Yeah, correct.
And the pitcher's mound basically had certain requirements or whatever.
Correct.
And so we're saying that he should have done something that's different than that.
Well, I think the issue arises in the fact that they had a couple different mounds specified a couple different places in the contract. And the item that they submitted and got approved, and what's the date of this approval here? I think it was 22. Yeah, March of 22. So that mound costs $1,100, and the mound that we have asked him to submit, which is the one that was on the contract, is $2,634 more expensive.
So the township communicated to him subsequent to the approved contract a different mound.
True.
He asked us originally what do we want? What do we want him to furnish to us? And we told him we want the one that's on the drawing. And now he's coming back to us and stating that apparently there was a shop drawing approved in 22 that was for something different.
I remember a reduction on the fencing,
Let me ask you
but I
this.
don't remember anything about the mound.
When the project, I'm sorry.
He's saying 2022, I was on the board. I don't remember any discussions about the mound. I remember a reduction in the material for the fencing.
When the
But I don't
project,
remember any discussion about the mound.
when the project was bid out, it was bid out with the better mount.
Yes.
So there was basically a better mount was bid out, and there was, and the township accepted a price, an overall price for that, including that better mount, correct?
Yeah, the contract includes that, yes.
All right, so basically, he then, sometime in 2022, someone signs off saying, go with the lower grade mount, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So, if the pricing was for the better mount, there would be a change order to go with the lower.
Should have been a deduct, yeah.
Right, was there a change order for that?
Not that I've seen, no.
So he's still bound by what's in the specification, even though they said 2022, they're gonna go with something less. His bid price would include the better amount, correct?
Yeah, and that's essentially what we indicated to him in February.
And what happened was, he went to go look at it was TJ that said this isn't what's on the contract. And that's when he said that the contract was changed in 22 to this lesser.
But there was no change order.
I
Do
don't
that.
recall ever talking about it, and I was on the board.
Maybe what we should do is respond to him and state that the item that we've requested is what was specified. If you'd like to request the other, if you want to provide us with the other item, furnish us with a deduct change order for the difference.
Correct, that's how it should be done.
Okay.
Shouldn't he have received a document from Harshman or the board
Should be signed by the
to
board.
accept?
Should be
Right.
signed by the board.
That's
what- there
should be a
not just
change-
the board.
Right, a change order.
Should be a change order
Yeah.
signed by the board with a deduct.
Did he provide any additional information other than the signed approval for that lesser quality of Fisher's Mill?
Could you tell me who
Not that I've
signed
seen.
the approval?
Yeah, hold on, I'll get back to it. It's stamped by, it's the Harshman CE Group's shop drawing submittal stamp. It says reviewed as noted. The initials on this are TRH, I'm not sure who that is, and it was March 3rd of 2022.
But that still would need, still be
It's
a
not the
change order.
board. Yeah, the
It'd have to sign with the
engineer
board.
can't, the engineer
Correct.
can't make changes
No.
without the board.
Yeah,
Would
this,
have-
this price noted on here is lower than what's in the contract, so there should have been a change order to accompany that.
And there was none, so we're back at square one.
Did the same
Agreed.
thing happen with the pitcher, or not the pitcher, batting cages? Was that a deduct from the original?
Yes, we did a separate change order, and I believe it was June or July of last year, I don't have it in front of me, but we did a change order in last summer to deduct that work out of the contract, yes.
I didn't see anything in his contract about change orders, pluses or minuses, you know.
To my knowledge, the one we did last summer was the first one, I wasn't aware of any prior to that.
Well, I think we bought a Chevette, and we had a really good design baseball, or pitcher's mound.
Alright, so I'll let him know that he should give us the specified item or submit a deduct change
Or
order.
provide a change order, right?
If that's
Okay.
what the board wants to keep as the pitcher mount we have, or do we
Sure.
want the one that was,
It's a couple $1,000s difference in price, $2,000-3,000,
Yeah.
something like that.
I'm just saying, if, I don't
Up
know
to you
anything
guys.
about pitcher's mounts, but is that suitable for what? I mean, is it just take the money off, or is this an unsuitable pitcher's mount for what?
I had not had personal experience with it, I just looked at the cuts, and there was a nice pitcher's mound that was spec'd. The one that he provided with this it's a lesser grade type thing. It's not as big, you know. I think there's still an issue with spikes with either one of them wearing them, you know, tearing up that item.
For what it's worth, the note on this shop drawing submittal that was approved says that this product is acceptable as an alternate to the true pitch 402 mount specified on the bid drawing.
It just says it's acceptable, but still not a change order, signed off by the township.
That's correct.
I went through the file numerous times, I didn't see any documents as far as change order.
And
I
I don't
believe there
recall ever talking about reduction in the pitcher's mount.
Saw a lot of emails, but nothing official, that is contractual language.
Correct.
Okay. So is that decided? Is that the direction I should follow?
Yeah, see what
Yeah.
it says.
Noted. Okay. Along those same lines, pursuant to the request of last meeting, our office prepared drawings for the sidewalk and handrail for the township's review and comment. Item number 3, unless there's any other questions about the park before I move on. Item number 3 on the list is MS4. As we've talked about at some previous meetings, our office back in December of last year prepared the pollution reduction plan amendment, which is this document here. A copy of it is on file here with Diana at the township building. It's also available for review on the township's website. It's currently undergoing its 30-day public comment period for review and comment by the public. And the 30-day public comment period ends today, March 13th. Essentially what this document is a revision and amendment to our township-wide plan for sediment and nutrient removal. as part of our MS4 permit requirements. In this document, Bankson is presenting a couple different project options, a rain garden in the Piney Fork area, some stream bank restoration projects in the Peters Creek area, and some bioswale projects in the Elrama area, tributary to the Monongahela River. Union Township has an approved pollution reduction plan already. It was prepared in 2019. DEP reviewed it and approved it. We implemented some of the, all of the inlet filter bags in 2023 at the 9 locations as the plan indicated. We started to track their effectiveness, and it became pretty apparent pretty quickly that we're not going to meet our pollutant removal requirements with just the 9 inlet filter bags as proposed. So that's the intent and the purpose behind preparing this document. In conversations with the board and the township's employees, we're working diligently to implement a storm sewer cleaning and maintenance program in addition to the inlet filter bags that are in place, and to supplement some potential projects down the line with this pollution reduction plan. Once DEP approves a pollution reduction plan, the township has 5 years to implement what it calls for, which is why time is sort of the essence with this, because our previous version was approved in 2019 and it's clear that it's going to be insufficient. So in acknowledgement of that, our office, together with the supervisors, has prepared this document so that it can help us get back on track with our MS4 permit. So public comment period ends today. I have a sign-up sheet, or a sign-in sheet rather, and a comment form on the board table there. So if you could sign in on your way out, that'd be appreciated, so we can show the DEP that we are pursuing these, public engagement opportunities with the residents when we have those opportunities. So I think that's all I have on MS4. The comment period ends today. Hopefully at the next meeting we can consider a resolution to move this forward, to approve this, and then submit it to DEP for their review and approval. Any questions or comments at this time for our stormwater work that's ongoing? Yeah. Okay. Quick update on Tuscany Estates. Our office is performing our own review of the punch list and preparing an opinion of probable cost for the punch list items up there to be utilized going forward. I think the last couple things on my list, the Herb and Sheila Sagi sewage force main project. Diana notified me yesterday that they've submitted their planning modules, so typically that then gets reviewed by the township and approved at a subsequent public meeting, and then submitted to DEP. So does the board have any objection to me performing that review and helping them with moving their planning module ahead?
No.
Okay. That's all I have for them, Michelle.
Okay. Any questions anyone have any questions for TJ?